Hi everybody, Michael from Ride to Glide. Today we're going to be doing an unboxing and setting up of the 09 scooter. This will be applicable to the 08 and the 010. Here we go.
Oh my god, we're gonna jump it down.
We got the tools that come with it. We have the charger. And this is very important in the fact we're going to tell you how to set your charger up properly and safely. Alright, let's put that aside. Get that scooter out. One thing I want to point out, 09 packaging on the scooters are very well done, as in the fact that, as you can see, nice big dent hole in the box, but it hasn't affect or damaged the scooter. Of course, it doesn't matter if you had fragile or you had up arrows on this. These shipping people don't seem to care. They'll do whatever they want. They'll throw it, they'll drop it, they'll do whatever they want. But they do as good a job as possible to keep your scooter as in pristine condition as what they want you to receive it. Unlock this. So one thing you want to do is you want to be careful as you're unfolding this, because of the way the wires and everything, they're all twisted around so that it folds up safely for transport. First, once you got the handlebars flipped up, you just tighten these so it secures your handlebar, makes it nice and stiff. You want to lift this up a little bit. You want to get your adjusted handle properly prepared. So you can see 0. How cool is that? It's kind of pretty difficult to over tighten this. They've designed it in such a manner that you can't. Now let's get the tools they sent with it. So when you do set this up, you want to keep in mind the height that you're going to be standing at, as well as you want to keep in mind that you have to be able to unscrew this and still be able to fold it. So you don't want the handle adjusted and in the way. See, so it's perfect right there. Sure, we could slide this all the way out here to the end, but then let's say your scooter fell over, and all of a sudden your handle is sticking out past your handle grip here. Now you got a chance of damaging this. So I tend to keep it in a little bit, as well as you want to think of what height you want it set up. You don't want it too high like this, because then it makes it awkward to grab the handle. You don't want it down too low, because again you're reaching underneath. So you want to set it up, but then again that's a personal preference as well. And again, over on this side, it will be the same thing on this one as well. So I'm going to loosen this off till it's ready to fold. And right there, so that means that I can bring this in a little further. Not too close, so perfect, works good there. And then we'll have to find the right size for that. Trust me, they're in here. So when you set this one up, this is another one you want to think about as well. So you're getting the handle lined up with the other one across here. So you're going to want to set that up. At the same time, you want to be careful that this handle doesn't interfere with pulling the trigger fully. You could end up having it up too tight and it could interfere and you'd only be pulling it halfway, wondering why you're not getting full speed. So we'll just set that up there. Just gonna go under and set up my hand grip. So you don't want to over tighten these. You don't want to under tighten them. You want a good tightness, but at the same time from there you want to always keep an eye out whenever you're riding, that keeping an eye that they don't come loose. We've had customers set these up loose where they've been flopping around and they don't realize anything's wrong until it's falling apart and they have issues why it won't work. So in other words, if this brake handle, if something gets screwed up and it gets partially pulled, it's going to cut power to the motor. So you're not going to get power down to the motor and you're going to wonder, why doesn't my scooter work? And it's because maybe a screw out of here fell apart and you weren't paying attention to it. So once it leaves our site, it's up to you, the owner, the new owner, to look after your scooter to keep it in perfect running condition. So let's just tighten this up. There we go. So we got our handle grips all set up. I'm just going to place this on the floor. So another thing, just before I put it down on the floor here, what we're going to do is we're going to take a look over here. We're going to look at this pin falling down into the lock position. From there we're going to come back here and we're going to stop and we're going to look at this decal here that says stop. Make sure that your locking pin is fully engaged. Sometimes it can get hung up and ride right there on the side. You figure it's safe and it's locked, but it's not. Eventually it could vibrate and you can go over a bump and it can fold up on you. You want to make sure it's set firmly deep in here. So when you want to fold it up, it's just a matter of a little pressure forward on your handlebar and then push this down. See, it was locked in there nice and tight. And you'll see when you fold it up, it'll easily just click, lock in place. Now we can actually pick it up and carry it. For us, we're just going to put it down here on the floor. Again, a little pressure. Now when you want to get it back in the lock position, what I suggest that you do is right from here, just put your foot under the back wheel and just slam it forward. You want to try and listen for a click sound where it's clicked and slipped into place. You want to again look and make sure that it's in there, not that it's riding halfway in. And then from there, you're ready to roll.
Fully charged.
So when you have, before you go for a ride, you want to make sure that you fully charge your scooter. If you take it out of the box, you've turned it on, you look at it, you're not fully charged. We of course fully charged our scooter before we're taking it out. It may show up where you only have 3 bars, so it's not fully charged. You're going to want to take it out for a ride. You're going to find, hey, they told me this thing would go 45k an hour. Well, it won't, because it needs a full charge for that. So you could take it out for a little ride and you can go, hey, that was exciting. Now it's time to fully charge this. Plug it in. Now let's go over that. I'm just going to turn this off, push and hold the power button, turns off. Now let's get to that charger. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lean it all the way over here for you to have a look. As you can see, there's 3 prongs here that you're going to plug into. There's 3 holes on this one. You'll also notice that there's a little notch out of it right here, and right here there's a bump in the metal right here. So you're going to want to line that notch and that bump up together like that when you go to plug it in. But if I plug this in right now when it's not plugged into power, when I go to plug this in, it's got a spark right here. And it's the reason why it's going to do that is because these 2 ends, negative and positive, they're both alive with power. And what they're doing when I plug it in is powering this charger up. Now if I plug it into the wall, this is already under power, and then if I go plug it in, there's not going to be a spark. As well as that is, you want to always make sure that that is lined up. This is loose and sloppy enough that if you weren't paying attention, it's possible you could line it up incorrectly, where you're either going to short something out or it's going to plug in and it's going to appear that it's charging, but it's not actually charging. So you're going to go, geez, I have my scooter plugged in all day and it never charged. There's something wrong with it. And another thing, when you are checking it, unplug this, come up top, and turn your scooter on up here to see if it's charged. Don't leave it plugged in and come up here and turn it on. You want to make sure it's unplugged first, and then you come up here and turn it on and check. Now, when you have got everything hooked up properly, what you're going to find is right here, you're going to plug it into the wall. This is going to turn green. From there, you're going to plug it into the scooter correctly, that notch to that bump. You're going to plug it in. You're going to find then it will go red. Now when it's fully charged, this will turn back to green, and then you're going to know, green to go, baby. Time to then unplug it from here, cover up your charge port so you don't get dirt and crap in here. You're going to unplug this from the wall, and then you're going to say adios amigos, and you're going to come up here. You're going to make sure that your handle's done up nice and tight, both of them. Another thing you're going to do is you're also going to make sure that your tires are properly inflated to 50 psi max. So if you're on the lighter side than myself, you could probably get away with running a little less, anywhere from 35 to 50. I suggest you may get a softer ride out of 35 if you're a little bit toward the heavier side, like myself, riding this, but you're going to wear the tire and the tube out quicker than as if you run it under proper pressure. So once you have both tires filled up, you know that your scooter's all set up, ready to roll, you're fully charged. Come up here, turn it on. You turn it on first, you're in mode level 1, which means you're governed to a certain speed. You want to go a little quicker, mode 2 means you're going to go faster. Mode 3, you're going to go possibly to its top speed. They suggest 45k on this. I myself, nearing 200 pounds, I've only gotten this up to about 37. Another thing, when you're riding in dark, you can also push and hold the mode button. As you'll see, it'll turn the little light on. Then of course you'll see the lights on the scooter all lit up, as well as the front. Now when I pull the brake handle, it's also very safe as well. Either brake, front or rear, you'll get the flashing out of the tail lights. You let go, they stop. I myself, we have rode this in the pitch black, and I tell you, you're well seen on this. As well as the headlights on the front, you can also see perfectly where you're going. Push and hold mode button, turns the lights off. And, well, I'd ride out of this screen, but of course, safety first, not putting a helmet on until I get that. So, to the next unboxing, this was Michael from Ride to Glide. We'll see you on the next one.